Hey everybody, I wanted to show you the format that we are trying with math. A lot of you did submit your assignment yesterday on Monday, and I wanted to show you some of the things that we're continue to work on. So I have created a student account, and so if I go into Google Classroom, what I will get is actually a student view. So that is a good way for you to see, for me to see actually what you're going to be viewing. So this is actually the teacher view. I'm going to go into the test account. And so when you go into your Div 1213 work block, you'll notice that there is a meet link here. This is where you're going to be clicking and meeting the teachers during the teacher tutor classroom sessions. Okay, so as you can see this is the Monday post. Ms. Gilson has posted something for the Dark Ages at Social Studies, and we are also doing a daily check-in. So we would like everyone to actively participate and say hi. Just kind of a quick chat in the Google chat. So test that out and go into Google Chat. So I wanted to show you the connecting points. So as you know, yesterday there was a little bit of an error for question 4. So I did change the worksheet question. So for worksheet number 4, please change the P and Q units. So it said -2, -4 for P on your worksheet. It's actually -2, -3. That's where the dots are. And Q, it's -2, -3. Okay. So this is what you will see. Some of you went in and you worked on question number 1, and then you finished question number 1, and then you just turned in. So just be mindful that you should be going in and doing all the questions. Okay, so for this one here, you should have plotted out A, B, C, and D, right? This is just kind of I'm like a student going in, it's blank. So this should be filled in, right? So A is 3, 2, B is -3, 2. So that is -3 and 2. That should be my point here. You should have made a circle there, and so on and so forth. And there should be an answer here, right? Points A and B. What is it X or Y? Do they have the same X or Y coordinate? Okay, so in this case, right, point A and point B, they actually have the same Y coordinate. So make sure you write Y for this one here. I don't know if this was a template error. Okay, so that would be Y, and then you should have an answer for this one too. So points A and D, so if you look up A and D, they have the same X coordinate. So that's the X coordinate, okay? And then it says here, once you've made the rectangle, you should be calculating area of a rectangle. So 6 times 4 is 24, right? So that should be filled in before you move on to the second question. So let's just go into question 2 for today. I just wanted to review because some of you understood and you finished and you completed all the questions. Fantastic. But some of you finished question 1 and then you turned in, which is fine because you actually have 2 days to finish it. So question 2A, it says plot the following points on the grid below. So point A should be x coordinate axis 4, and then y axis 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So that's my first point. I should be using the shape, right, tool and making a point, a circle there. And I'm going to fill it in as black. Okay, so that's my first point. And I'm going to go into the text box and make a little box. And that is point A. So I'm going to type in the letter A. So don't forget you're doing that too. Okay, so the second point is point B, which is 1. So 1 over x coordinate, 1, +1, and then +5. So I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be my second point right there. I'm going to take my circle and make one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Okay, so that's my second point. I'm going to move it over a little bit and fill it in with black. And then my third point is -2, all right, x -2 and y +1. So -2, it's on this side. We go left, 1, 2, and then +1. So that should be where my point is. So what I want you to do is, some of you did this really well and it's all good, but the great thing about turning in your assignments, you can unsubmit and check your work to make sure that you're on the right track. Okay, so we've got A and B and C, and I'm going to go back in and put my label my B and text box again, click and drag, and let's see. So what does that shape look like to you, right? So it's a pretty obvious shape, and then make sure that you type in the name of the shape. What is it? Type it and name it. Now this question here, a lot of students also worked very quickly because they saw question number 1 is the first number multiplied by the second number, right? So remember, for area of a triangle, right, it's half times base times height. So the base here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So then you would do that calculation. And obviously I can't, I'm going to maybe add a text box here. So base times height, right? And then you're going to need to divide that answer by 2. Divide by 2. Okay. So say, for example, if your points is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times, so the height is from the base, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 squares, right? So 5 times 4 is 20. And then what's 20 divided by 2? Right? You guys should be able to figure that out. And then you write the answer. Okay? So remember, that's the formula for area of a triangle. It's base times height and then divide by 2. Okay? So that is number 2. So for number 3, there wasn't, it's very similar to the other ones that you've been working on. So label points A, B, and C. So I've actually made the points for you. All you have to do is label them, right? What point is this? What point is this? And so on and so forth. Some of you just wrote the answer for D, but you didn't label what the coordinates were for here. So please unsubmit and redo that. Thank you. And it says here in the question, what must be the coordinates of point B if ABCD is a rectangle? So what is the missing point right here? Okay, so you can kind of guess what this point is based on this dot. Okay, so that's something I'm not going to do for you. You're going to do it on your own. And number 4, as I said, there is an error of the question where I wrote, it says -2, -4. So P, the point is -2, -3, right? This is -2, -3, that's P. And Q is +2, -3. So that is the error. Just these 2 points here are supposed to be -3. So it's going to ask you, what is the points for R and S? Right? What are the 2 points that are missing if you're supposed to make a square? So please plot the 2 dots and write your answer for R and S. Okay, so that's kind of the worksheet for Monday and Tuesday. Send me some questions if you need any help. All right, there you go.